none of this, well, septic repair, none of this affects the DFW Memorial site. Okay, I want that on the record.
When you say there are alternative septic systems that go around trees, wouldn't that be the decision of the Guilford County School System as to what type of septic system they put in? So they're gonna do the easiest and the cheapest way.
They also have to save cost.
Okay, so, and this septic system would not, even though it's not going in now and it may never go in, would not have any adverse effects to the surrounding properties. I see some houses there.
I can't ever say that it will never or have any adverse effect. What you mean? What type of adverse effect are you?
Well, if it's a major septic repair field, and I see some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses adjacent to it.
Well, it's no different than the septic systems that they have in their yards.
Yeah.
And it's no different than the one that sits on the school property today. It's going to be a managed system if it ever goes in. So,
So, Michael, do you happen to know, and you may not, that's fine, I just see that lot number 45 that's there that appears to have a tree line. I didn't know if that was I guess that's a building lot still there that's just remains. It's outlined on ours on one page, and it just says lot 40, number 45, 46, and 47.
right, those are building lots that may or may not have.
May or may not have, okay, they do not currently at the time of this photograph,
Right.
so, okay, thank you. But could possibly, yeah, I don't see it.
What do you want from us, a motion?
Need a motion to move it on to approve it and let the county do what they're going to do as far as.
How big an area is this?
I believe it's about 8 acres.
8 acres.
And you notify the homeowners that you're going to put an 8-acre school, reserve septic field in the backyard adjacent to the property. And before you all vote on this, I think you should ask those homeowners and try to
Let's
get
come
that
back into order,
solution.
please. Council discussion.
You're required to notify. No obligation. It's a septic system.
I'll make a motion that we approve this to be forwarded to Gifford County. Okay, motion by Mr. Gray, we have a second.
Yes.
Second by Mr. Williams. Further council discussion. All in favor of the motion, raise your hands. All opposed? It's unanimous. Okay, guidance to the manager regarding rental and usage agreements for Summerfield Athletic Park facilities.
These are two items that I want to cover here. One, I want to clarify, make sure I'm in my position doing the correct management, which is that it is in the interest of the town of Summerfield to seek sponsorships or advertising for facilities at the athletic fields, whether that is pennants on light fixtures, signs in the outfield, naming rights to facilities, things of that nature, that you do want the town of Summerfield to seek out and provide those opportunities for fee. So someone could rent a banner or rent a spot in the outfield for their company, business, whatever it may be. That is the direction that you want to take potential revenue sources for the Summerfield Athletic Park. Is that correct?
So, yes.
Is that agreeable across the board?
I don't see where we wouldn't do it if we had an opportunity to make some.
I just just want to make sure, because not all jurisdictions do that. There are some jurisdictions that don't want advertising within their town parks. So I just want to make sure that if I'm going to go down that path and develop a plan and a program to be out there advertising and accepting, contractual agreements, that I'm not going to come back before council and be told, no, that's not what we
Is
intend.
there a reason why we wouldn't do it? And can anybody think of a reason why we
I think
wouldn't do it?
we've said all along we would like to have community involvement, and that would be the businesses too.
So all you're
For our
asking,
costs.
all you're asking for is getting advertisements tonight.
Yeah, well,
Permission to
well,
get
that's what
advertisements.
this prong is the discussion of developing a program that allows people, businesses, whatever, to lease space for advertising purposes, call it sponsorship, for advertising, whatever is the proper legal term for it. And or also, and this is where maybe more legal work would have to be done, is also at least afford the opportunity for someone to purchase naming rights of a facility, whether it's a ball field or otherwise, based on a donation amount or something of that sort. And all of this will be done under auspices. I've actually asked Blair specifically to her experience in other jurisdictions with these types of agreements to work closely with me on that and make sure that if there's any legal issues that come up, that we cover those. But that we would establish a program, we establish what the signs are supposed to look like and things of that nature, and then we would essentially market that to the community as an opportunity. So that's the first thing I want to make sure that I am going in the right direction. The second item is, has to do with the leasing of the fields or the rental of the fields. And again, going back to earlier discussions of field usage, that there is a wish of council that we have areas of time where the fields are not programmed, so that the community can just come and use the field whatever day of the week that may be determined. But that other times they would be actually rented out, and they need to be rented, and different jurisdictions do this different ways. So again, I want to know just how broad of a process you want here, where they just go ahead and just establish a rental fee and say, field X costs $15, but if you want it to be lined for a game, then it's $25 or $30. And then if there are lights going to be used, then it's $75 or whatever we work out to be the appropriate numbers to cover those costs. So that someone can come in and make those rentals? Or do you want us to, we talked about the idea of seeking agreements with various athletic organizations that would then lease field space, either straight out cash or in exchange for some sort of service. And I want to make sure that you want the manager to be in charge of that, or whether that's something that the council wants to negotiate for leasing of. Obviously, you have final say on any lease agreement, but who do you want to be in those leasing agreement meetings and discussions? Again, Blair has offered her services specifically because she's done this type of work before, to actually be at the meetings and be part of that enterprise as we go through it. However, the council wants to approach it.
I think it would be good if Daniels had meetings. Maybe not all of them, but some of them.
Feel up to it? Not really.
Get your deed.
I think that may make a lot of sense too, as a financial person.
Has anybody approached you about leases?
I've been approached by the SRA. I've been approached by, now this is, SRA is the most recent, but I've also been approached by Guilford United Soccer, Greensboro Youth Soccer, Triad Cross League, and just this past week I was approached by someone who puts on tennis tournaments using baseball fields.
Would you slow down and go through the list again?
Sure, it was SRA, Summerfield Recreation Association, Guilford United Football Club, which is actually for us soccer, Greensboro Youth Soccer,